This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start very soon. Hello everybody, and welcome back to what is another video. Well, a week after the Dublin Festival, I was hoping to have maybe some novice hurdlers or even novice chasers that stepped up to the plate ahead of the festivals, but I think it's fair to say that the ones I was watching on the old maybe list, they fluffed their lines a little bit. So we're going to have to look a bit further into the future now, unfortunately, and go to the National Hunt flat racing. Sadly, the winner of the Dublin Racing Festival bumper the other day has already been ruled out of the season before I even had a chance to look at it. So I've had to go to the maybe list and just have a look at find one that's had one run, one victory, and just see what we had in the bumper horses and get them on the YouTube channel a bit earlier than what I'd have liked, really. Because who knows which way these ones are going to go. This is the one I picked. Fascinating pedigree, this one. Samyr, sired by See the Moon out of a dam called Shimrana, who was herself sired by Daylami, owned by Rabcore and trained by Joseph O'Brien. This horse won on the 25th of January, you see there, by 8 lengths, and ran to the Racing Post rating of 121, which is okay. It's not, we're not looking at this as a bumper horse, really. It could take a step forward and run in another bumper, who knows? But it's a very nicely bred horse to run on the flat. Anyway, it's more, I couldn't really find many National Hunt horses that are related to this National Hunt flat horse race winner. So it's hard to say, really. I would have loved to have found more National Hunt horses on this line. But what I did find is some very good flat horses, to say the least. The first one we're going to take a look at is a half-brother to this horse, I think, Shimrano, yes. Shimrano won 3 of 9 starts and 89,520 Australian dollars. The horse actually won the German Group 2 race and a German Derby trial at 3 in 2015 before being exported to Australia, where it didn't really make much of an impact. We're going to take a look at some of the dams now of Samyr. Shimrana is the first dam, as we said, foaled in 2004 on line 9C. Daylami's sired her, and she is out of a dam called Shamadara. And Shamadara is decent. Shamadara was in the first 2 in 4 of her 6 starts, earning £96,000. She was second in the Irish Oaks of 1996, and she won the Group 2 Prix de Maire, and she was also 4th in the Yorkshire Oaks. Very good filly and black type producer. The third dam of the horse was foaled by Kayazi and was called Shamazana. People see there that Shamazana only raced twice in her career and was placed, according to this site. And she herself was out of Darshan, and Charmine was the dam of that. It was when Charmine, things will get very interesting when we get to Charmine. But before that, there's plenty of decent horses I found on the flat. And this horse is going around against National Hunt horses, maybe. You know, it's very quick. Shamdala won half of her 10 starts in the first 3 in 7 of 10. $424,000. You'll see there, Shamdala was an Italian Group 1 winner, and she also won the Group 2 Prix de Chaudonnet and the Group 3 Prix du Lutèce. Very good filly. Shamdala. Shamanova. She only won 3 of 13 starts, but she was in the first 3 in 8 of 13. €177,000 collected. She never managed to win a pattern race, but she was placed in several Group 2 and Group 3 races at both 2010 and in 2011. She just couldn't get her nose in front. What's the next one we've got is Shamakia. Shamakia was lightly raced, never out of the first 3 in 4 starts. €66,000 in France. You see there, Shamakia won the listed race, Prix de Thiberville, and she was placed at both Group 2 and Group 3 level in the Prix de Maire and the Prix de Royaumont. Two good races there. You'll see there that Shamadara and Shamazana are the two dams there of Shamakia. And Shamakia herself was the dam of Shamkala, another horse that won half of her 6 starts. Ran to a Racing Post rating of 111. You'll see there that she was a Group 3 winner. She won the 2014 Prix Cleopatra, and she was also 4th in the 2014 French Oaks behind Avenir Setan before having a little break and finishing down the field in 2 more Group 2 and Group 1 races. Again, though, Shamdinan is on this line as well. You'll see there that Shamadara is the second dam of that. Shamdara is the dam. Shamadinan didn't win very often. He was placed in half of his 12 starts, but he did win $1.1 million. Group 1 winner on his day. He won the Secretariat of States in America in 2007. He was also third in the French Derby as well that year. Stallion in Italy, later in Libya. We've got some very good flat horses on this line, it's fair to say. Charmine is now the dam, the 4th dam of our horse. We go back to the 1st dam, you'll see where we're at now. Foaled in 1972. There we are, back to where we need to be. Charmine won one of her 8 starts, €10,000. She was placed in half of her 8 starts. And you'll see there that she is in fact the dam of Shergar. Shergar, the legendary racehorse Shergar, winner of 6 of his 8 starts, nearly $700,000. See there that Shergar won the Epsom dual English and Irish Derby winner of 1981. He also won the King George. They had 2 Group 3s as well, the Classic Trial and the Chester Vase. An absolutely legendary racehorse, and his legacy will always be shrouded in mystery, it's fair to say. Although this person here updated this seems fairly certain as to what happened. It's worth looking again that this horse here, Charmine, is the 4th dam of the horse we're looking at. You know, so this is a full brother to it, Shimrano. Samyr actually isn't on this site. So this horse is very closely related to Shergar, and also, as the site said, Shernazar. He was a good stallion in his own right. In the first 2, in 8 of his 12 starts, winner of $102,000. Winner of the Group 2 Geoffrey Freer Stakes. I think that race has been relegated now. 4th in the Voltigeur Group 2, and he also won 2 Group 3s and a Group 2 at the time. A good jump stallion, half brother to the great Shergar, died in 2009. I mean, like I said, I was looking for flat jump horses, but I couldn't find any. The flat horses just kept coming. Sharamana was another one related to Shergar, a sister to it. Never out of the first 3 in 3 starts. Winner of €50,000. Winner of the Group 3 Prix Minerve of 1994. Black type producer. She bred horses such as Giant Sandman. Good horse in Scandinavia. Winner of 12 of his 30 starts. Just over $400,000. You'll see they also won the Grade 2, the Group 2 sprint in Germany. The Golden Peacher in 2013. At Baden-Baden, Group 3 winner in Norway as well, the Polar Cup. But they were mainly listed races that they race in Scandinavia, where he's now a stallion. And I think he was also second in America at the Lost in Fog Stakes. GG, I think, is Golden Gate. Siren in Scandinavia. This stallion. Another one I found was Shalanaya, winner of 3 of her 10 starts in the first 3 in half of her starts, 6 of her 10 starts, sorry. £420,000, another good horse. Shalanaya won a Group 1 race, the Prix de l'Opera at 3. She also won the listed Prix de Liancourt. Placed in another 2 Group 1s, the Gannet and the E.P. Taylor. And was also 4th in the Queen Elizabeth II Cup. Incredible horse. We've got here Samyr, if it can jump. It really is looking promising regarding pedigree of the horse, it's fair to say. The next one, Shankade. A good horse in his own right, again, never out of the first 3 in 6 starts. £106,000, earned by the horse, winner of the Group 2 Prix de Chaudenay of 2011, raced in and won the Group 3, placed in the Group 3 Lily Langtry Stakes as well as the French St Leger of 2011 as well, the Prix Royal Oak, and again more form in the Prix de Maire for this line as well. Very good mare. Shankade. Horse down in Australia now, Brazilian Pulse. Look at this one. Never out of the first 3 in 9 starts, winning 1.1 million Australian dollars. The horse won the Crown Oaks and the Wakeful Stakes, Group 1 and Group 2. And it also won the Keith F. Nolan Classic. 2 at Flemington and 1 at Rose Hill. Placed in another 2 Group 1s, the 1,000 Guineas and the Vinery Stud Stakes. I mean, this is a very nice pedigree. I don't hate to keep repeating myself, but it really is. Very good horse, Brazilian Pulse, the mare. This, however, though, it has to be said, is the best jumps horse I could find, and you have to say it's a rather disappointing one. Shah de Khan, at its best, a 140 rated chaser. A horse that never raced at Patton Company. You'll see that Sharamana is the dam of it. It did hit a purple patch back in 2008, where it won 3 Class Novice chases, 3 Class 3 Novice chases by a combined distance of 26 lengths. And then it wasn't seen for 613 days. So they were slowly but surely trying to head the right way with it. No great shakes over hurdles, though it was placed a couple of times. And the same, on the flat, it was very average. But that's the best National Hunt horse I could find, really, that's related to the National Hunt horse we're looking at, which is quite worrying. I think it's worth looking at now long-term over Pedigree 9C, just so people can get a grasp of just how well-bred this horse is. You'll see our section where we're related to Shergar is what it is. You go back to a horse foaled in 1956, Ginetta. You'll see that she was the winner of the 1959 French 1,000 Guineas. So this line has been producing good horses for a very long time. And if people go back even further to a horse called Dodoma, and then further back even to a horse called Mumtaz Begum, and even further back to a horse called Mumtaz Mahal, you will see that there is so many fantastic horses that are related to this horse throughout history. Mumtaz Mahal was foaled in 1921, 104 years ago. In 104 years, all these horses have descended from her, and some of them have been very good. It's a time there where no other mare really got a look in Australia. In the early 90s, you had Dane Wynn, De Beers, Don Eduardo, Octagonal. Absolutely incredible. And then you had also like Petit Etoile further back. All the El Ricaba and the Alouettes are on this line. Absolutely incredible pedigrees. Zarkava, Petit Etoile, Mahmoud was one of the first Aga Khan horses, apparently. I didn't know that. But they had a little look in that one. Yeah, one of 4 of his 11 starts, lucky one. The Epsom Derby of 1936, placed in another 2 classics as well as the St James Palace Stakes, now buried on land that is now Gainsway Farm. Fascinating pedigree this horse has got. You can even really trace it back to even horses like Nasrullah as well. Nasrullah, bred by the Aga Khan himself. Winner of 5 of 10 starts, winner of the Coventry, 2nd in the Middle Park Stakes, the Wilburton, 3rd in the Derby of 1943, 5 times American champion stallion. There's a breed-shaping horse in the 50s and the 60s. Mumtaz Mahal, Mumtaz Begum. There you go. You see Mumtaz Mahal and Mumtaz Mahal. It's legendary horses. Even back to the modern day, it's still going quite well. Horses like trained by Jim Bolger, C. Steech. I can't pronounce the Gaelic ones. Apologies to all Irish listeners. I've never been able to pronounce the Gaelic horses. This horse won 4 out of 11 starts and was placed in the first 3 in 8 of 11. $235,000. Group 3 winner at 4, the Robert Dick Memorial Stakes in America. And it also won the Camford Cliff Stakes, a listed race at Tipperary in Ireland at 2. And she's even got a foal going round age 3 next season. What's a Question, side by Charlie Johnston, won first time out by 4 3/4 lengths. Running to a mark of 83. I mean, I've got lower rated horses on that with great pedigrees than that on my Classic Watch 24 possible. So no prizes for guessing where this horse is going. Even though I do know that it was beaten 24 lengths by one of mine. Star of Mystery, who's thriving out in the UAE at a low level in early 2024. Steeper Mac as well, won 2 out of 23 starts, but was in the first 3 in 10 of them. Just under 200,000 euros. Very good horse. Won the Group 3 Kilovolen Stakes at 2 in 2014 and then ran solidly at Group 3 level at 3 before finishing placed in 2 Group 1s at 4, the Prix Rothschild and the Prix Jean Romanet. Good filly. Colts by Wootton Bassett, born in 2022. There's maybe others as well. Other ones that I found that were going around recently as well. Malavath, going around to a very good level in France, running 3 out of 11, 7 out of 11 in the first 3, €471,000 in France and the USA. Malavath won a Group 2 at 2, the Criterium de Maison Lafitte. At 3, it won a classic trial in France, the Group 3 Prix Imprudence, second in the Forêt. And then I think it switched to America after that, side by Memas, who himself is an interesting horse from the Needle Gun Warsan line. So that's a good horse, well-bred horse, Malavath, but doesn't seem to be doing much in America at this stage. And another one, Simon Crisford trains this one, didn't he? Knight. Not out of the first 2 very often, 4 out of 6 starts. Placed in the Group 2 Celebration Mile at 3 last year against the older horses. And it won the Horace Hill at 2 in 2022 for KHK Racing, who used to own Eldorov, and they own Van Dijk as well. It's a nice horse, Knight. I might have to chance this next season. Now it's 4. Could be in for a good season, this one. So it'll be interesting to see how this line goes. We've got Knight going age 4 on the flat, and we've got Samyr going over the jumps. Could be 2 courses on the Shergar line, and it goes a lot further back to even the great horse himself, Shergar. It wasn't a fluke that Shergar could have been a breed-shaping horse. You saw what Nasrullah did, 5-time champion stallion. Not many stallions I could find going around at the moment. Only Shalabini was the only one horse that never won a race. It was second 3 times. And I've since looked on France Gallop and for some reason closed the tab down now. That's only foaled 5 horses in its life. Commenced stud duties in France in 2021. I found 5 horses side by it on the France Gallop website. So will you, if you go and look on the breeding tab of the horse. So before we get on with our lives, it's time now to really focus on Samyr again, I think. And we can have a look, see what Rob Core have got in what really was a very interestingly ran National Hunt Flat race at Gowan Park. And we'll watch that now.
About to line up for the last. Away they go over 2 miles, the PJ Foley Memorial Bumper. And it is State of Enlightenment, the early leader. Followed by Samyr, It's a Blue Moon. Racing together, Beautiful Beauty. And Harry's Dream in the back marker, the hooded Real Empire.
A very sedate pace to start, but this is actually nothing, this.
It's State of Enlightenment and Patrick Cody cutting out the running from Samyr and John Gleeson in 3rd. It's a Blue Moon. Josh Williamson in 4th is Beautiful Beauty and Darren Walsh. And then Harry's Dream, Fidel Melvin, was bringing up the rear, Real Empire and Paddy Han. No changes as they come into the straight the first time, reaching their final 1 6 miles. It's State of Enlightenment, followed by Samyr, who's brought over to the near side. It's tracked by It's a Blue Moon, and then Beautiful Beauty, Harry's Dream, and last of all is Real Empire. On up the straight they come as they pass the 2. State of Enlightenment, tracked by Samyr, half jacket and black sleeves, and then It's a Blue Moon. Beautiful Beauty is 2 behind Harry's Dream, and Real Empire. Heading towards their final 1.5 miles. And the closing PJ Foley Memorial bumper. A bumper for 4-year-olds only. State of Enlightenment from Samyr, 2.5 lengths between them. In third is It's a Blue Moon, and then Beautiful Beauty, Harry's Dream, and Real Empire. Order remains unchanged. Heading away from the stands. 7 debutants. State of Enlightenment, 3 clear from Samyr, It's a Blue Moon. The other 3 headed by Beautiful Beauty and then Harry's Dream and Real Empire. Starting their run up the back straight. State of Enlightenment, followed by Samyr, It's a Blue Moon, then Beautiful Beauty, Harry's Dream and Real Empire. Just outside the halfway stage. And still the same 3 occupying the first 3 positions. State of Enlightenment, Samyr, It's a Blue Moon. It's Beautiful Beauty joined for the 4th by Harry's Dream. 6th of the 6 is Real Empire. 7 furlongs to go now. Halfway through the back straight. State of Enlightenment, Samyr, a little bit closer in second, then It's a Blue Moon. Beautiful Beauty, Harry's Dream, and Real Empire. 6.5 furlongs to go as they return to the place at which they started. Tightening up. State of Enlightenment continues to lead them from Samyr. It's a Blue Moon. Racing up on the inside is Beautiful Beauty. Close in behind both Harry's Dream and Real Empire. Inside the final 5.5 furlongs, State of Enlightenment with just edging the second, the 7, Beautiful Beauty on the inside of It's a Blue Moon. Samyr shuffled back to 4th. Harry's Dream joined in rear by Real Empire. 5 to run. State of Enlightenment extends the advantage to a couple of lengths. Over Samyr, Beautiful Beauty, and between those 2, It's a Blue Moon, and then Harry's Dream. And although Real Empire is the back marker, very much in touch, coming up to the final half mile. And the PJ Foley Memorial bumper, State of Enlightenment and Patrick Cody, tracked by Samyr and John Gleeson. 2 lengths back to Beautiful Beauty, Darren Walsh on the inside of It's a Blue Moon, Josh Williamson, then Harry's Dream, Fidel Melvin, Real Empire and Paddy Hanlon. Turning into the straight with 3 furlongs to go. State of Enlightenment, yet to be headed, followed by Samyr. Up into third is Harry's Dream and then Real Empire. Dropping back both It's a Blue Moon and Beautiful Beauty. Racing just outside the final 2 furlongs. State of Enlightenment with now shaken up Samyr. Leaning in and behind them is Harry's Dream. These 3 are abreast heading to the final furlong and a half. State of Enlightenment is strongly pressed by Samyr. Harry's Dream next, then Real Empire leaving behind the other pair. Racing to the final furlong, and it is Samyr the leader from Harry's Dream, and then the long-time leader State of Enlightenment, and then Real Empire. But away and gone is Samyr and John Gleeson, bringing up the second leg of a memorable double for Rob Kerr as Samyr wins from Harry's Dream and Real Empire.
Wow, that's a fascinatingly run race, I thought there. I actually thought, as they were coming round towards the final bend, they were actually going to stop. They didn't seem to want to put in any pace in the second half of that race. Baffling. But I thought Samyr quickened away well there. And you've seen the pedigree of the horse. It really shouldn't really come as any surprise, really, that it quickened away nicely to defeat what could have been an average field, really, who knows, by 8 lengths. On his debut, the horse could really do no more than that. And it will be very interesting to see how the horse progresses moving forward. Right, I'm going to end this video now. What I will do before I end the video is I will give a quick shout out to RepCIC Racing 2020.great/site.net. Plenty of aging National Hunt horses on there, it's fair to say. If they were going round in 2020, then they're still going round now, then it might be worth checking out to see what National Hunt horses are on this site. Thank you very much for watching the video. What I will do is I will leave the steers as usual. I will leave a copy of all the playlist containing all the National Hunt horses identified so far. And I will also give everybody an opportunity who has watched this video and has chosen not to subscribe yet, which is fine by me, and opportunities to subscribe moving forward. That way you won't miss any of the horses. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here. What a prospect we have in Samyr. The horse really could be anything, I feel. It'll be interesting to see which way the horse goes. Not many bred national hunt horses to it, but it's one of them that I'm more than happy to take a punt on, down to pedigree and connections. Let's see how we go. But for now, take care, everybody. Look after yourselves, and goodbye.